Izotope is a proud sponsor of today's episode. Do you know about their new RX12? This is the way to make your audio flawless, all-in-one audio restoration. RX's 50-plus tool ecosystem is everything you need to rescue, refine, and enhance every project. Blending surgical control with rapid results. Fully flexible, RX12 includes a standalone audio editing application and suite of software plugins to use in digital audio workstations. For decades, RX has pushed what's possible in audio editing and restoration, bringing out magic in every scene, song, and story. Powered by pioneering machine learning tech, it's the supporting star behind countless Oscar, Grammys, Emmys, and the winner of a Technical Academy Award. Go get this for yourself. Izotope RX12. It's out. IZOTPE.com. Hey, what's happening? Before we jump into the show, I wanted to see if you had any music on a hard drive. You have a band, you have a project, and you want to self-release your own music. Well, there's an easy way to do it. You can go to distrokid.com/VIP/hyphenate and go get your music up on all the streamers. You keep 100% of your royalties, and you can get 30% off by using this code. It's a great, easy way to get your music up on the streamers and share it with your fans, your friends, your family, your mom, your dog, everybody. Everyone wants to hear it. But go to distrokid.com/VIP/hyphenate, HYPHENATE, and send me the link. I want to hear it too. Send your mom the link. Send your dog the link. They all want to hear it too. Welcome everybody to Hyphenate Halftime. This is our show for Monday, July 20th. Hope everybody is staying cool in the heat, and congratulations to Spain to bring in our main soccer correspondent, football correspondent, Mr. Aaron Farley, the man who's there on the floor with all the news. Tell us what's it like in Spain right now. What's the world reaction? The World Cup
goal, 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 goal. Go! Lamine Yamal, go! Although he didn't score the goal.
Well, it definitely seemed like the refs were definitely trying to do everything they could to give it to Argentina, and somehow, despite all the best efforts,
you think?
Yeah.
Oh, because of the 2 goals they called back. Yeah. I mean,
and all the fouls they called on the other team, it didn't call on them. You know, it's normal Argentina stuff, from what I understand.
You know what?
I'm
though?
new to this world.
This was the most
chatter.
This is the most fair reffing for the Argentina team, I think, in this World Cup so far.
Okay.
They do get they have gotten the benefit of the doubt pretty much this whole tournament. I know there are people that are like, "Oh, you just haters." But there are like when you look at some of the stats of like most teams, if they got, the average of every 6th, foul that they got, there was at least 1 yellow card or something. And with Argentina, it was like every 15 fouls or 19 fouls or something, they would get a yellow card. So there's a lot of like,
they didn't mean it. It just,
there's a bit, well, there's a bit of, there definitely is a bit of favoritism, but they didn't win. So it can't be that favoritism.
Yeah, I definitely don't know enough about
they did give, Argentina got a red card.
Okay.
Argentina got a red card, and they were complaining about, but there was the goal, and
there was the offsides.
I don't know,
offsides. Like his shoulder was like we saw some graphic where it was like, his shoulder was like 2 inches offsides, and you're like, shoulder.
Unfortunately, that happens all the time. But yeah, no.
It had to be your
it's
feet.
any body part. It's any body part other than your from your elbow out. So it's like shoulder, feet, head, anything like that. It's a little the offside rule when it's gotten to be so computer driven and it comes down to like an inch. I mean, this has happened so many times in this World Cup. It's like someone's toe was over the line, and it's like half an inch. So if that person had like size 9 shoes instead of size 10, they wouldn't have been offside. And so
oh my God,
it's like that. The actual goal or the actual rule usually is if you're in front of the other player, right? You're there's not two players in between you and the goal. And then, well, it doesn't have to be obvious. It just has to give you an advantage. So the rule usually is, it's like, sure, okay, maybe his shoulder was over, but his feet were 3 feet behind because he was like, whatever. Does that give them an advantage? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he got an advantage, when he scored that goal, I guess. But also, if he would have been a quarter of an inch back, he would have still gotten the goal. If he would have been a whole foot back, he would have still like there wasn't anyone even close to him. So I don't know. But now that everything is so computerized, and you have to look at it and go like, I don't think that's good, because also they show you a robot version of them. They're not showing you an actual photo of the players in the thing. So, it does bring up the idea that if they really wanted to, they could just go, hey, just go back one frame. We're going to do this one frame back,
Right.
There's nothing, I don't think. There's nothing saying that they couldn't do that, or like, started a quarter second early. But anyway, they won. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it is what it is. It was fun. I definitely felt more engaged in this World Cup, just I think having kids playing soccer, than I had been in other previous World Cups. Because I hadn't really been paying attention.
I mean, it's good.
But it was fun being on this time zone where it was relatively easy to watch. It wasn't like, the 3 a.m. or 6 a.m. games like I've seen in the past.
Right. Like last year when they were in Qatar, and it was like 3 a.m. Yeah, 9 and 3 a.m. and 9 a.m. I think the games were, or something like that.
That's crazy.
Which was crazy. But now, as a teacher who gets their summers off, the problem was that I didn't do anything except for watch soccer for a month.
The whole summer?
Yeah, because
that's a bad thing. That's
especially at the beginning. Well, I mean, especially at the beginning, because there were 3 games on a day for 2 weeks. You're like, what am I going to do? I'm going to miss Iran versus Venezuela? Come on.
Nah.
Let's go.
Let's
see this. I want to watch these games. I could watch. I mean, I watch like Towns play. I watched high school. I watched Lila play. Like, I watch any soccer. It doesn't even matter. I'll like be waiting for somebody, anywhere. And there's soccer games across the street, and I have like an hour to kill. I'll just go and like sit and watch like youth soccer or whatever. I love it.
That's amazing.
It's great for me, but I do feel like I've woken up out of some kind of fever dream, and I looked at the calendar and I went, wait, I start work in 2 weeks.
What year is it?
I only have 2 weeks left of summer. My summer break was all soccer all the time. It was fun. It's fun.
That's awesome. Well, we're here to discuss last week's interview with the inimitable Tara Jane O'Neill, and we forgot to watch a movie this week. We were going to try to watch a movie for all summer. Yeah. I think we got busy. I forget what it was. I didn't think of it till this morning. I'm like, I don't think we assigned ourselves movies. I mean, after Bad News Bears, it's hard to beat that. And
I didn't even finish that one.
Oh, you said didn't finish it. Okay, I was waiting for you to give me your update, and I got to about 9 o'clock. I'm like, I'm just gonna post it. I don't think it's coming.
I'll give you I'll give it to you a month from now, just like everything else in my life. It's like a month late. Everything.
That's fine.
Like I'm a month behind. No. I feel like I'm 10 years behind, but so I'm actually doing good if I give it to you. Okay. No, I actually re-rented it, and then I was like, I'm gonna finish it. And then I
had the worst, re-renting a digital file.
Oh my God.
You're like, I should have just bought it. Like, I only rent if I know I have uninterrupted time and I can watch the whole thing in one sitting. And if I have to pause it, I'm just better off just buying it because, it's not going to happen.
It's so dumb. But they're geniuses at it because they make it like, if they made it like $7, you just buy it. You rent it. And then to buy it is like 14. So you're like, well, I'm not going to buy it. So you end up, the amount of people that must rent things 2 or 3 times just because they fell asleep or they didn't finish it or whatever.
Yeah.
Because you can start it for 30 days, right? You get 30 days to start it. You only get 2 days to watch it. I'm like, yeah, that's that. I'm sure
that's a problem.
That it's so difficult for me to keep it on your server and watch it, but I can't keep it on your stupid server for over a week.
I mean, as a veteran of an actual physical video store, you know, the late fees were really where the money came in. You know what I mean? You could have,
God, it has to be,
you
right?
know, if everybody returned it on time, they would have gone out of business so much sooner. The whole idea of a late fee or a membership or all the extra add-ons and
rewind
or selling candy at the cash register. You know what I mean? All of that stuff. That was the real profit center. I used to have to go to Smart and Final and buy all the candy for Rocket Video, so I knew how much it cost. You know, a box of whatever Snickers bars was $10, and then you get 20 of them in there, and you sell them each for $1. You know, it's or whatever it was. You know, there was like something crazy. You know, you double your profit.
Well, even all of the movie theaters, they make most of their money off soda, right? I feel like popcorn and soda was their biggest. Like really the profit margin was, I mean, it's like Guitar Center, like their biggest selling thing of all time is the tuner that you attach to the neck of your guitar.
Oh, right. Yeah. The clip-on
tuner. Their biggest,
yes.
There's their biggest profit of the year is clip-on tuners. That's where they make all their money.
I have 10 of them.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, yeah. Well, what is it like the thing at like the movie theaters, like the popcorn in the bucket, the actual product that you consume, right? Is maybe like 3 cents. And then, for a large popcorn, and then the bucket itself is like, a nickel or something, maybe this was old, maybe it's 10 cents now or whatever. But the whole thing that you get handed, the actual material, what it costs to, per unit of those things is under $1, and you spend $15 for it. It's 15x. They were the same, like a glass of beer out of a keg. Wash the glass. You got to pay the guy that and you factor in the hourly wages and everything. Yeah, it's just it's huge markup. Yeah, same for like the amount of syrup that comes out of a soft serve machine. Is, under a nickel of like actual syrup, and then that's all you buy with if you have a soft drink machine, you buy the syrup, and then the CO2 tanks you get refilled. That's like puts the carbonation, and then you hook it up to your own water, so it's just tap water, gas, CO2, and then a bag in a box, these big syrup things full of syrup, and they mix it all together for you, and you spend $7.99, $10.99 for it. It's just syrupy, fizzy water.
Then you just go on vacation. All that money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But the
beautiful, wonderful syrup.
Get you in there to get your syrup addiction. Were you familiar with Tara Jane O'Neill? Had you met her or heard her music at all, or Rodan?
I was not her specifically, but I know Rodan. Yeah. So when and it was cool. It was cool because you guys were talking and I'm sitting there going like, okay, they're going to say what band it is pretty soon. And
oh no,
we'll see. And then, no, but it's great because you guys were just chatting because of like, we're playing together and we're doing this and we're doing that. And then, or we played together, or I saw you at this show, and I'm like, what's the band? I'm not going to look it up. I'm not going to stop and look it up. Yeah, what band she was in. And then when you said Rodan, I was like, what? No way. Yeah, I love that first.
Oh, that's cool.
But I didn't realize they made more recent records. Like I know that first.
I think they only made the one.
Like I just looked it up.
Right.
It's 1994.
Didn't they just make the one? Was there another record?
Well, they had. Well, okay. Well, then you and I are in the same boat because when I was like, oh, I haven't listened to Rodan in a long time. And then I looked at...
I guess it's compilations. Yeah, it was just the one album, Rusty. And then there were some demos. And then there was an EP that I didn't know anybody that had that.
Oh, I see. So those are just re-releases from like 2013 and 2019. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So those are re-releases. Okay, that makes more sense. As far as I can tell.
I was like, I guess I could have asked.
I was like, wait, I didn't know they came out with new records or anything. But yeah, no, that Rusty album is amazing. It's awesome. So that was great. And so when that came up, I was like, oh, no way. And it made me go listen to the Rodan because I hadn't listened to them I don't know, forever. You know, it's one of those bands that you're like, I used to listen to this all the time. This is great. Yeah. So, so that was cool. But then I listened to some of the solo work and some of the like that album with the drawing of the coyote on it that she did with another musician. But it still comes up under her solo work, and it's cool. Mm-hmm. Very like vibey and ethereal and weird and
kind of ambient, very cool. Sort of experimental stuff. Yeah. No, she's so cool, and was always, I feel like has been around in LA at shows and for a while, and always, we bump into each other and stuff, and it was just like, she was always supportive and so cool when I was playing weird guitar places. And she dug it. I was like, that's like a hero.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like what you're doing. Yeah.
Well, and I didn't. Because when I looked at her photo, I was like, I don't recognize her. But it may be also like I just don't recognize the photo and be like, oh,
right. Well, I think was she kind of blocking her face in the thing maybe?
Yeah. But then when I looked up, like some other photos came up, and I didn't really recognize her. But LA's like that sometimes. You see the same person a million times and you don't know who they are, or you're just like, I've seen that person, and then you meet them 10 years later and realize you have all the same friends but you've never met.
That's the funniest part.
But
you're like, people stand out in your mind. You're like, how do I know this person? And then you meet them later. People, like, oh, okay, there we go.
You know who was like that for me? Devin Sarno.
Oh, no way.
I saw Devin Sarno at shows and around LA. I mean, you can't really miss him. He's like the hair, like he just was always very put together and
he stands out.
The hair and stuff.
Totally
figure. Stands out as like a guy, a guy of his own creation, and but I probably saw him like 100 times, maybe.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's just like one of those people
he's always
where you're like
going to art shows and going places, being places, and
totally. And just at shows, and probably saw him play. Like he's always like jumping on with different people and doing cool projects. But we never met until we had the gallery space, and then he would come and always be at all the shows. And then one time he came up and he asked us if we wanted, like he was doing an article for a zine, or maybe he was he made a zine. I don't remember what the story was, but he came up and then we met, and like he took photos of us and did a little thing on the gallery. And then after that, it was like, oh, that's the guy. That's the guy that I've been seeing for years and years and years, and we've never talked. And then, it turns out we're kind of indifferent. He's a little older, but then with different groups of friends, or musicians or whatever. But yeah, one of those. You realize how small the world is.
Yeah, you see these people around.
Totally. And all these people, and then when you get, everybody go to the Devin Sarno interview.
Oh yeah,
that was early on. Yeah, first year maybe. Yeah. First year.
Oh gosh, that's a good question.
I feel like what was it? Henry Rollins played at his 16th birthday party or something like that.
Yes,
something great.
Like spoken word poetry.
So many. Yeah, in his backyard, I think. So many great stories. I mean, he was just rolling off, and so you know that he there's like so many millions more.
Right, yeah, those are the ones you get. Yeah.
Right. No, I was.
Well, I remember seeing like Dave Stone at the early smell, like at the first smell, and just being like, "Whoa, he looks unique," and probably didn't have a conversation for years after that. But some people just stand out.
And then you find out he's one of those characters too, where it's like, "Wait, you played on a Melvins record?"
Yes,
or he was in the Melvins for a little bit or something. I've kind of met him randomly for years just through you and Luis and he and Luis came and and recorded something in my garage. I used to have a garage that had like a little soundproof room in it. And Luis called once. He's like, "Hey, me and Dave want to come over and like we have to record a demo." I'm like, "Okay." Oh. And that was I think maybe that was the first time I met him or something. But I was just like, "Oh, it's Luis's friend Dave." I don't know. And then finding out, like talking to him later, and like, "Wait, what did you say? Or who did you play with?" And then people are like, "Oh, he was in this band. They did this. Like, yeah, I love that. Yeah. That's the best. I love that. That's the best thing about being in a city and being involved in like a creative zone is that
you start pulling on threads people, and you realize, yeah, everyone's connected
and everything. But the greatest thing is for me was to like be in these rooms and start talking to people and then finding things out and being like, without asking, like, okay, I'm not going to ask, but how can we get into this conversation until I figure out, like I think they just said they played with the Melvins maybe, but I'm going to like go the long way around to see if I can get more info without going, whoa, dude.
It's like listening to a Hyphenate episode. Like, hold on. Why am I listening to, I don't know if I know this person. They keep referring to something, but I'm going to see how long I can go without Googling this person.
Yeah. I'm going to wait for 30 minutes and try to ask all the questions that are around the answer I'm looking for. Yeah.
Oh man, I have to. That's a good you just find out. I have to get better at that. I have to get better at kind of setting up the bigger context of stuff. I mean, it's definitely not on the guest to say, you may know me from such bands as, and
you're doing just fine.
Or maybe even in the intro, I can set up the context for it. But
well, sometimes I have to admit, sometimes I fast forward the intro because I'm like, I want to get into it. So then I'm like, wait, I never really, I don't really, I don't know how Randy knows this person, but they seem to be friends. Yeah, I'll ask him. Friendly? I'll ask him on Monday.
Well, yeah, you have a unique position. Yeah, you can just have direct chat. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Oh, yeah, the summer's almost gone. It's this will be the end of the third year. I think I just recorded the 50-second interview. I counted them up. I've never been good at counting, but I think that'll be next week's or the week after.
Wait, the 150 second?
Well, the 52nd of this year. So I'm calling this year that we just passed was the third year. Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
So then, yeah. So wow. I don't know. The first two were a little bit spotty. So I have one. I have two more. Okay, so I have two. There's two more episodes before the end of the third year, and then I have some recorded. I've started numbering on them in the fourth year for the fourth season. I started as I record them. I'm just numbering them, so I'll know where I'm at throughout the year.
So you started in July. Wow.
I think it was 2 more weeks here, beginning of August, right, or like midway through August. If 2 more weeks, I can't look at my phone. Yeah. We're on the 20th. We're on the 20th year, so first, second week in August, third week in August, somewhere like that. I guess it's kind of loosey goosey, but fourth year coming up. That's pretty good. And that was kind of what I was saying is if I could get to 4 years, then I will judge it and see if it's good or not. But I would kind of said, when we started the podcast, it's like, it's a no judgment free zone for 4 years. I'm just going to do it and learn and make mistakes, give myself 4 years to just enjoy it and to get frustrated. But I can't quit for 4 years. That's kind of that was the deal I made with myself. Because it felt like just the life of a project, a podcast is a little bit more glacial on those sort of things. I feel like I've done that with different bands or different things. It's like, just give it a year, or sometimes even do it with my life. Like, okay, give this thing 6 months and then judge it, but don't judge it before then. Give it time to develop and you figure out what you're doing and see if it's a fit. Because sometimes it can be too easy, like, a weekend, like, fuck this, I hate this shit, I don't want to do this. And you're like, oh, well, so you didn't even give it a chance.
Yeah, no, totally. So. And I do remember you saying 4 years and thinking that's like a long ways
You
away.
are insane.
And it's crazy that, well, no, it's just crazy that it's 3, like it just seemed like, 4 years, but boy, 4 years is a long time. And now that we've finished 3 years is nuts. That means when you started, I was going through school. I was like in the same
there we go.
spot. Yeah. And then
yeah,
that's crazy that this has been going for that long.
It's been 3 years. Yeah, no, I know. It's definitely, it's one of those things. I feel like there's so much about like getting older, it feels like that time goes faster, all these things. But I was talking with my oldest son who's 12. I said something about like, oh yeah, well, in 6 years, you'll be 18, you'll be done with high school. You'll be going on to your life, going on to college and doing things. And he's like, that's a long time, 6 years. And he's like, that's like half my life. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess if someone told us, like, hey, well, in 25 years, this is what's going to happen, then you're going to be doing this. They're like, fuck off.
Right.
Like, that's like half my life. That's so far away. I can't plan for 25 years. I guess that's equivalent, in terms of ratio of life lived, life experiences. 25 years to a 50-year-old is like, well, that's a long time. Let's not start talking about 25 years. But saying the same thing, well, in 6 years to a 12-year-old, you'll be 18. Like, whoa. Pump the brakes.
Yeah. Listen up, buddy.
Way too far. And we're in my mind 6 years. It just feels like, because think of 2020 to 2026 now. I mean, that was probably some of the fastest 6 years has ever passed. It was a crazy time, but it doesn't, someone told me that was 6 years ago when the pandemic started. I was like, huh? That sounds crazy. I have no concept of it.
I mean, then that was in March 6 years ago.
Yeah, so we're beyond that. Yeah, we're 6 plus years.
I mean, it's crazy because we moved up here in 2020 in November, in October. So we'll have been in the mountains for 6 years, which is crazy. Which seems like nuts? I mean, I don't know. I don't remember living.
You're
down
settled. You're indoctrinated enough. I guess.
I mean, I do. I do, but I'm so ingrained in now, like, well, I live in the mountains, I have to drive to this thing and there's no stuff. There's no, like you're kind of out in the middle of wherever, but, I'm just used to that now. So even when I go down to LA, it does feel, it's not like I don't remember it, but it does feel a little foreign now.
Yeah.
Like it would take me a little getting used to like have, helicopters and traffic all night and street lights, things like that. Stoplights.
That's amazing. What are these?
We don't have stoplights up here. We have we have stop signs. Do we have any stoplights? Oh, we do. When you get on the highway, we have stoplights.
There's one. They shouldn't have a stoplight on the highway. Doesn't sound right.
Well, it's just supposed to just keep going. Freeway.
Okay.
That's where we have to turn. Where we have to turn by the high school.
That's the one turn.
Turn into Crestline. You have to have a stoplight. So I guess there's two.
Amazing.
No, not really. Wait, hold on. No, that's not a stoplight. There's only one. There's only one stoplight on the way to Crestline.
Amazing.
That's it.
Amazing. Yeah.
Fun.
Well, yeah. Well, it was fun. It was fun chatting with Tara Jane. I'm glad she came on.
Yeah. How did that come about? How did you guys connect?
She's somebody that like I said, I think it was always friends of friends, and I'd see her at shows, and she was always really nice, and I was always kind of starstruck. And then when I did this Glenn Branca 100 Guitars performance last month, she had I posted some photos online, and she reached out like, "How do you do this? Like, I want to do this. I want to be part of this." And I was like, "Whoa, it's so cool." So we kind of,
oh, that's awesome.
We're chatting there, and I was like, "Do you want to come on the pod?" She's like, "Yeah." I think she was. Yeah, she talked about a little bit in the interview. She's kind of just coming back into town. I think she had some time out in the desert and was kind of just trying to figure out the pacing of LA a little bit. Kind of getting
she had gone
things in the creative.
She had gone through a lot of different, like being in Olympia for a long time, and then being down here, going out to the desert.
Yeah,
there's a lot of different places.
Yeah, it's definitely a traveler. I was stoked that she she reached out. So hopefully they'll do the Glenn Branca Symphony 13 in LA again, because I mean that was 20 years ago when they did it in LA.
Was it really the one at the Opera House?
Yeah, at the Walt Disney.
The concert hall.
Yeah, Walt Disney Concert Hall. Isn't that crazy? There's a Disney concert hall, but I feel like it has nothing really to do with the Disney Corporation. I feel like it was paid for by like the family members. I wonder. I don't know what the actual corporate tie-in is to it.
Yeah, I
think
think
the
so.
Corporation even owns it, or if it's like a family trust kind of thing.
We have to have.
I think the corporation does have a tie-in on it.
One Mickey Mouse
Disney historian
we have to have
on the
one
podcast.
Mickey Mouse themed event. Yes. We talk about Cigarette Hand.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I know. Oh yeah, up in the Presidio in San Francisco, there's the Disney Family Museum, and that's just a museum by his family, like his daughter and now granddaughter, run that. That's like their personal collection, and so I think they kind of work in partnership
of Disney
with the
stuff
sometimes.
Or of art.
Yeah, it's called the Walt Disney the Walt Disney Family Museum. So it's about his life, and inevitably bleeds over with the company. But I don't know. I can go down a rabbit hole for 20 minutes on that if we feel like it, or I could just stop
probably
there.
we could probably search.
I think
the
family's
been
hearing me ramble on about it. I think the family got bought out. I think the family has no stock. I think it was somewhere in the late 90s or early aughts when the family finally got bought out from everything, and so, but there was like personal effects that still, because after Walt's passing, his son-in-law took over as the CEO, and then he was pushed out, and then that's when Eisner came in the early 80s. So then once the son-in-law was out, then there really was no family. Well, I think the nephew, Roy, his brother, Roy Disney Jr. was still working there for a bunch of years. And he might have been the actual last Disney to be there. Something like that. But then but then there was a big fight, and then they had to go into Disneyland and be like, well, we want all of our dad's stuff back. And they like took out like personal family effects, things that actually belonged to the family.
Whoa, really?
That hadn't been bought. Yeah, I think he had an apartment above the firehouse, and I think there were actual family heirlooms that were kind of on loan or that were But I think the lawyers were finally just like, yeah, if anything that belongs to you, you should just go ahead and just get it off of Disney property and just have it on your own personal Disney family property. Because after this, once you're bought out, they got a big settlement and then just walked away from it, or were forced to walk away.
I mean, that makes sense that you would have an apartment at Disneyland if you own Disneyland. Like, it would be the best thing of like, okay, see that building? Like all the other stuff kind of is like a little fake, or it has machines in it to run all the other stuff. But that one, that's going to be my penthouse where I'm going to look over all of Disneyland. And, he must have he was so obsessed with everything and making it perfect and whatever, that he must have just stayed there for months at a time when things were being built and things were being fixed. And then I just love I love all the conspiracy stuff about it, the whole thing. Like the number 33, like the third, what's the
Club
it's
33?
Like 33, Club 33, which is like very Masonic. Like, yeah, it's great. I love it. But that means that to me that would be like it would be such, I mean, the reality of how you get in as a business person and kick a family out of the family business and do all of that stuff. It must be mind-blowingly so different than we know what happened. Like, it must be so crazy.
It's like Ray Kroc, who bought McDonald's and kicked the McDonald's brothers out.
Oh, right.
It became his, he crushed them. Have you ever seen that movie, The Founder, with Michael Keaton? It was his goal to not just steal their business, but to put them out of business and like salt the earth so they can never make a hamburger ever again.
You must have to be such a horrible person to have those thoughts in your head, to be like, I hurt really bad, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find someone else to demolish
everybody else. Grinding it out, the Ray Kroc story. This was the mantra of the No Age Tour. We always every day on tour, as we hurt, as we grueled, as our fingers bled and we didn't sleep, We just kept telling each other, grinding it out, the Ray Kroc story. This is the inspiration.
You guys needed to destroy more people.
Everything. Yes. We didn't take it as literal. I never read it. Dean actually read it, but it became a mantra. It like lived on the dashboard. It was just that it was the like spirit animal of just, don't ever give up. And especially that kind of feeling of like, here I am saying, 4 years in, commit 4 years to a project. Like, that sounds reasonable. If you're going to start something creative that has some kind of monetary value attached to it, just commit 2 episodes a week for 4 years, for 12 months out of a year, for 4 years. What is that number? Like, that's just, I used to go, yeah, they can pull that off. Okay. I think some of that determination comes from the Ray Kroc.
It's just 300 hours of your life.
Yeah. But in the scheme of things, what else am I doing? Eating, sleeping. I don't need to do all that stuff.
Taking care of kids, working, going to soccer games.
This is way movies, more fun than that. Yeah,
playing guitar.
Yeah. The hope was I could always fold it in.
I've been letting you. I didn't want to tell you, but I'm here to take over the podcast, Randy.
Grinding it out. You're gone.
So the lawyers should be knocking on your door right about now.
The name, you can no longer legally use the name Randy Randall.
I was going to say I branded your own name.
Randall Inc. Yeah.
I'm now the property of Randy S. Randall.
Yeah. Or my name is the property of everything I own, my likeness, my face.
Yeah,
all of
everything.
Those things. You can no longer use your face. You need to legally get facial reconstructive surgery and change your name because I own all of those things.
I'm just doing squatters. I'm just doing squatters' rights. So I've squatted on your podcast for long enough to now that I own it. It's like how you can't kick those people out of the Airbnbs if they've been there for 30 years because they get squatters' rights. All of a sudden, you're like, why can't I log in? And I'm like, I don't know, Randy. Why do you think? I finally made it. It took 304 hours.
I don't know, ruinous media host number 3. You're not even called Randy Randall anymore. You're just ruinous media host number 3. I looked it up.
Siri, lock the studio doors.
We're done. Lock the gates. The Walt Disney Company does not own the Walt Disney Concert Hall. The venue is owned by Los Angeles County, which subleases it to the Los Angeles Philharmonic. While the corporation is not the owner, it has deep ties to the landmark, the family roots. The hall was conceived in 1987 when Walt Disney's widow, Lillian B. Disney, donated $50 million to build a performance space. The corporate contribution of the Disney family and the Walt Disney Company contributed millions to the construction, approximately $84.5 million from the family and $25 million from the company. Okay. So there was donations,
they built
but
it.
They don't own it. But mostly from the, $85 million to $25 million, it's a larger share coming from the family. I think it's the kind of thing too, where I'm sure if they had enough money, it was the kind of thing rich people used to do. You just build $85 million, places for the Philharmonic to play.
It's when you need to write $85 million off your taxes. Get a good year.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
That's like everything. It's like all of the art, it's like the art museums and everything. Like, wow, how did they get a Van Gogh? It's like, well, someone didn't want to pay taxes when they were in the 85. Sometimes they buy it. But a lot of those things get donated. They get bought for $1 million years ago, and then they're worth $20 million, and they get donated, and you get to write off the $20 million, not the $1 million.
Do you have to pay taxes on the $20 million? I guess only if you sell it, right? It's as an asset. You're not paying taxes every year.
No, you're not selling it. But you're donating it.
Oh, right. Oh, I see.
So you're not making a profit.
If you own it every year, like a house, you pay property taxes on. Like if you own a piece of art and you bought it for $1 million and now it's worth $40 million, if you're just owning it and you don't transfer, you don't do anything with it, you're not paying taxes on it every year.
It's not technically worth anything until you sell it.
I see.
Just like a car or anything else.
Right. But
art is a great way to. Why do you think so many rich people
just park their money in some art?
This is a great place to park, and you're supporting some artists. You're supporting the museum industry. You're supporting a lot of county, like LACMA and everything. Like those museums bring in a ton of money, and and they put a museum in an area to revitalize it. And, I don't know. There's worse ways to dodge taxes, in my opinion. I think maybe
it's so funny.
I enjoyed. We went to San Diego this weekend, and because Lila is going to school, and so we went there for orientation and all that. But while they were doing that, Towns and I were walking around, and we ended up going into the San Diego Museum of Art, which is on the, what's it called up there? Not the Presidio, but it's the big area where the zoo is, and where there's all these museums up there. Listeners, send in. You can email us. I don't remember what it's called, but we were walking around, and we ended up going to the museum because it was the cheapest thing to do. Everything else, going to the zoo or whatever is like $80. It's expensive. And
is it El Prado?
And the museum was $25, and
was it called El Prado? Is that what they call it? No. What do they call that area? No, they call it something else.
No, I don't remember.
There's the Japanese Friendship Garden Museum, Cultural Center.
It's up there. Is it called Prado?
Balboa Park, golf course?
Maybe.
Balboa.
Yeah. Balboa Park, I think. Who knows?
Yeah.
It was great though. We had a fun day. We walked over 5 miles just walking around, but we ended up going to the museum, and it was awesome. They had like Picasso's in there. They had David Hockney. They have all these work that from their collection. They were like displaying a lot of the collection that doesn't get displayed often, and it's great. I hope someone.
You heard it here first. Headlines.
It's great. No, but I do hope that some rich person bought that David Hockney from him for like $50,000 when he needed it or whatever, and then they made a bunch of money, and then eventually it ended up helping to fund some museum that we got to go look at some art and get 2 feet away from a David Hockney painting. And
good for them
for
putting it on display.
It.
It's awesome. Better, I think, in those kind of museum settings than in private, collector hands. Or I think a lot of private 100%. Collections don't even get displayed in the houses. They'll live in a warehouse or just be boxed up or crated up.
When I was shooting a lot of art, sometimes I would go and shoot collections, or I would shoot work that was owned by somebody, and then it was going to go get sent to a show somewhere else, and they wanted to shoot it before it got sent or whatever. And I'd go and shoot in these warehouses. The warehouse is like 4 stories tall, and it's only paint. It's just racks and racks and paintings on every floor. And then they'll say, "Oh, you're shooting these 3 paintings or a sculpture or whatever," and they put them on a cart. They bring them down and they put them in the shooting studio. But you look like, I would guess there's 100,000 pieces of artwork there, And
this is all to one collector, or no, they store it for several
just personal you just reserve space. So
I see.
So it's like, not only was the painting $100,000 that you bought, but you're also paying, a couple $100 or more to keep it in a slot in a temperature controlled studio. And then you might just buy it there, and then it goes up in value, and you might just sell it to someone else, and it might never leave. But it might. Right. It also might show up, then it gets documented, whatever, and you say like, "Oh, I have a David Hockney, and it's in this slot in this warehouse," and like, "Oh, we're having a show in New York, and we want to use that."
It'll be requested
piece.
That's where you get those little plaques as it appears courtesy of
loan it.
Some family collection. Yeah.
I think, and then even there's like loaning fees, like, you'll loan it to somewhere and they have to pay the fees, and whatever. So yeah, it's a whole thing. There's a lot of people making money off a lot of stuff, but most of the people are, middle income, just working.
Yeah.
Art handlers work hard. Oh my God, that's the hardest job. It's so rough because it's a bit like construction, you're working, you're
building drywall, patching holes, building,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Fixing the how you
the French cleats, you got the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hanging.
And how you hang it and everything. But then also, you might be responsible for like $5 million of paintings, and you're driving them in a U-Haul through the desert. This is a crazy job.
Insane.
all hail to the art handlers of the world. I've gotten, like, when I was shooting a lot of work, I would work with a lot of art handlers, and it's like a real job. It's like real, like people think that stuff just shows up on the, like a 200-pound painting that's 7 feet tall, needs to get hung on the wall, and you go in and there's like 8 people and a scissor lift and it's no joke. And it's also, but I think the cool part about my job, or even being an art handler, is that during these art shows or in a museum, this stuff is so, it's like it becomes a new object, right? Like when you're looking at something, the act of people coming to pay to see something is like a performance, right? So the show is kind of like the paintings are almost performing, and you're not allowed to get near it. You're not allowed to touch it. There's guards. There's like a whole thing. Everyone has their wine and their crackers, and they're going outside to smoke cigarettes, and it becomes like a whole thing. But before that and after that, like, okay, close the doors, and then the blue lights come on. And it's really bright in there now, and then you get the scissor lift out, or you get whatever, and you take that thing off and you put it on the floor and you wrap it in plastic, and it just becomes like your album, an object. Right? Yeah, like it just becomes an object again, and it's like, oh, you did good, buddy. You did great. You brought all the people in. This is amazing.
We made all the money. Really, you're on the brochures, you're on the hats, you're on the stickers, you're on the flyers.
We but really, you're like $40 of paint, and you're like $150 of stretched canvas, and like maybe $30 of wood. And like the reality of it is that
5 cents of popcorn and syrup with carbonated water. That's all it is.
Like, and then you're getting that thing ready to perform somewhere else, and the greatest thing for me every time, and it didn't even matter what the art was really. I mean, obviously there were certain times where I got to shoot stuff and I was like, whoa, this is one of my favorite artists, or whatever. You're just seeing a piece that someone spent so much time on, and you get to I'm like 2 inches from it, looking at all of the things, like looking at how it was made and what the cleat looks like, and you just get to see all that stuff, and it's so cool. Like you just feel like
a fingerprint. Something's chipping off on the corner that you would never see because now it goes under the frame. Yeah. You're like, oh, okay. You're
in the green room, talking to the band.
Yeah, before the makeup goes on.
They're actually talking to you. They're like, "Oh, what do you want to know?" And like, this is amazing. I love this. But that was always like every time. I mean, I still from time to time get to shoot people's art, and I still love just being in the room with like an art piece, because you do feel. I mean, almost. I think you guys even talked about this in your interview when you were talking about guitars and stuff. Like there's songs. There are songs in that guitar, right? Like that wood, the way that it sounds, the strings and everything. But past that, there's also like kind of a spirituality of like the time that this thing has been in people's hands and playing, like being used to play music, to communicate, whatever, that I feel like art and paintings are that way too, where you look and you go, I mean, this is like, I was looking at this Picasso and I was like, that's a brushstroke that Picasso made, like right there. Like he put paint on the brush and you can see where it started and where it stopped. And you're like, that's a moment in time, you know? And it takes you to this place where you're like, wow, look at all of these moments in time. And people thought so much of their work that they were like, I'm going to make something for people to come see. It's like a social interaction. It's like the like a conversation, you know, but it's a conversation you're having with someone. Like even when we were at San Diego Museum of Art, there was a Renaissance section, and we were looking at some of the paintings. Well, oh, this is like 200 years old. This is whatever. And then, like, oh, this is, 800 years old.
Yeah, I was gonna say 200 is a little
well,
young,
we were
right, for Renaissance?
Well, we were looking at kind of the more modern art, and it was like, oh, this is from 1700s, this is from the 1800s, and then all of a sudden
not
like,
nothing.
No, and then all of a sudden was like, this is from it was some old sculptures, and it was like, this is from 400 BC.
Oh,
you know, but you're seeing like thumbprints, you know, you're seeing where someone made like a little ceramic, you know, statue.
You know, that Vincent Price museum collection at ELAC at East LA City College. It's a pre what do they call it? I don't have pre-colonial. It's like Mesoamerican. It's like Mayan and Aztec, you know, artifacts and bowls and pots and fertility dolls and things. And it was, you know, I remember going like, oh, what is it? Vincent Price art? He's got some Tim Burton stuff there. And it's like, oh no, this is a very like culturally relevant, very, very thoughtful, very historical. I mean, and again, you're going, you know, way, way back, you know. I don't know what the exact timelines are, but on some of the stuff, you're just like, oh, this is way before anything I could imagine.
And that's what, when we went to Mexico City and went to a couple of the museums, and it just blows you away. I mean, you know, you could go to Europe too, and there's like, cool.
Just buildings. You walk into a building, you're like, this building was built in 1200. You're like, okay. Like the hotel we're staying at tonight. Yeah. This was built in 1600. Like, okay. That chandelier. Like, yeah. That's from before your country was founded. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But then this is what I was thinking when I was looking at all that stuff, because they had these like they had the carved stones or whatever, and just carved everything, and it was super old. And I was like, but I never feel that way when I'm looking at a rock.
Right. Yes. You're
like,
right.
This is like 3 million years old, right? But that's what makes it different, because you're like, we look at things all day that are millions of years old. Ooh, the water that we drink is millions of years old and has gone through whatever it's gone through to get to us. But there's something about that human touch of like, because you start to think of yourself being in the room and watching them paint, or being in the room and listening to someone create a song, and you can start to imagine, again, it's like the communication. You can start imagining that it's like a little bit of give and take, and what they're giving, and you're kind of, by looking at it, and you're the taker, I guess. Yep. But you can imagine yourself like, you're like, oh, I'm kind of part of this transaction of like communication, and this person thought that they liked this thing so much, and they're like, you know what? Everybody's going to love this one. Send it out. Put it up on the walls. I want someone to walk through the room and go, I was just having a shitty day and I feel a little better. This is great. 500 years later, right? I love that.
I keep looking at our plates. We have our Melmac plates, you know, that are dishwasher safe. And I'm like, and I was telling the kids the other day, I was like, you know, someone's going to find these in 5,000 years, and they're going to wonder who are the people that ate off these plates.
I love it.
Just kind of looked at me like, huh? I'm like, don't worry about it. So you're right.
Yeah.
Your kids, you don't understand. Your kids will get it.
Yeah. Like, fine.
Oh, I just looked up the Vincent Price Art Museum. One of the ongoing permanent exhibition, Form and Function in the Ancient Americas, highlights the wide range of cultures represented in our ancient American collection. Cultures from Nayarit, Jalisco, Colima, region of West Mexico, 2000 to 1000 BCE, to the Chima of Peru, 900 to 1500 CE, are featured. So, wow. 2,000 years before Christ. So the other side, we're 26 years after Christ era. And then, so go just as far back the other side. There's some bowls. There's some fingerprints. There's hands on these things. And you're just like, that's where the brain really short circuits. And you're like, this was Vincent Price? This is what he spent his money. He made the Blob, or he made the Fly, and this is what he was doing. He's talking on Michael Jackson records. He's using that money to buy up all this stuff. Incredible. What
bought a couple houses.
He made some cooking books. Have you heard Vincent Price's audio cookbooks?
Oh. No. Are they great?
Maybe I can end the show with this. You must separate Jody. It's Vincent. I gotta get down to Vincent Price. I can do Dana Gould's version of Vincent Price. You must separate the egg from the yolk. Then you whip it. He has almost kind of a Brian or a Stewie sort of voice.
Yeah. Is it like
whip the egg like to make some
David Lynch doing the weather? Do you think it was that kind of thing? Like he's like, what would be so really creepy. Funny?
No, I think he was really into it. I don't know. I think Vincent Price was a closeted man with a wife and a child, and a career that probably went sideways on him a number of times. But by the 70s, he had kind of embraced an era of camp and modern sort of progressive culture that he could kind of just let his hair down a little bit and was having a good time with things, and he had some money and some notoriety. Yeah. But I mean, he's those I think it was in the late 60s or early 70s, like Dr. Phibes. Have you seen these? They're like some of his color films. They're great. They're like psychedelic horror kind of movies, kind of like hippie horror movies. But the Incredible Dr. Phibes is great. And then, in the House of Wax, was that the one? Anyway, he's done a few of them, but he's really funny. But anyway, but his cooking stuff, I think it was actually a passion of his. I think he liked it, and his celebrity afforded him enough that people were like, sure, Vincent Price cookbook. That's kitschy.
That's funny.
But he's amazing.
Any ways to make a couple bucks? Have some fun.
I'll see if I can find some audio of them. They do exist out there. Did I ever show you my Don Knotts Guide to Concrete book?
No.
It's amazing.
I love where this is going now.
I think I've posted it online several times. This is what's going to be in the Randy Randall Museum.
Just
Vincent
one
Price
book.
cookbooks, Don Knotts. Yeah, the Guide to Concrete. That's it. Sorry.
And it'll be some William Shatner records.
Yeah, I don't have any of those, but I do have a lot of Star Wars Goes Disco. I do have a lot of Switched on Bach. And, but anyway, but the art, it's incredible. I love that idea though, as you describe it, it's like the performance of it all. It's like, there is the show of going to a museum and everybody plays their roles, or going to anywhere and experiencing anything. It's funny, we don't really, that's part of that sort of social editing, like when it's done well, you don't notice it. You only when things are off, when like you get the millennial stare or something, you're like, no, you're supposed to say thank you. Here's your coffee. And they're like, huh? No, this was the social thing we all agree on, that I'm going to spend $14 on 30 cents of milk and 2 cents of coffee and a bunch of sugar, and we all smile about it, and you're happy and young, and I feel I get a sugar rush with caffeine at a time in my life when I need it, and we all walk away.
And we walk away. We all walk away a little sad, but we're happy we met each other.
Yeah, we did. We did the thing. We did the dance, and we go on about our life knowing that everything is normal and the day will continue to move on as planned. Yes. But when things go out of sequence, or this is not the right thing, like, no.
This is not how it's supposed to be.
No.
I would like to say that in the Don Knotts voice, though.
This is not how it's supposed to be. This is most of my.
It's supposed to be.
Got my bullet. He I've turned my my Facebook feed into mostly Andy Griffith and Rockford Files things. What's really great about Facebook is it can really be for old people, like even really like a lot older people. So I get a lot of Don Rickles on the Tonight Show. I get mostly Andy Mayberry clips, and then the Daily Show. Sort of seems to be what my feed algorithm is. I've
Facebook actually thinks that you're 65 to 70 years old. That's good.
I think so. Yeah. I curated it though. I joined a lot of groups for old things. Like I don't have any like modern groups or anything, but I am part of like a Don Knotts group, James Gardner group. There's a few other. I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy 2 is a great one. It's a great, like, they post a lot of really good stuff. A lot of fan pages for like old.
How about Pickers?
TV.
You get any Pickers groups? Oh man, that's where I
like buying like secondhand things, thrift store Pickers. No, I can't buy anything else. I can't buy more shit. I'm done.
No, I know. I mean, just to up your age a little bit.
Oh! I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, it's fantastic. So I do get a daily dose of Don Knotts. I think I'm even trying to figure it out on the TV now with all the streaming. I think Roku and Tubi have a pretty good run at it.
Tubi.
I did just discover that Rockford has TV movies they did in the 90s. Oh, no. I watched the whole series.
Oh, you already did?
A few times. Yeah, I've gone through most. I went through it all once. Well, I picked a lot of my favorites, and then I started from the beginning and went through it once, and I've gone back and watched a few more of my favorites. And then now I was like, oh wait, there's like TV movies in the 90s, and I think those are on the Roku channel. So it's pretty good. Amazing. It's fun to see like everybody 12 years later in like 90. The one I was watching today is like, I still love LA. And it's like Rockford takes on the LA riots.
Oh my
God.
God.
All the cast is all still alive. And so it's kind of like a Menendez brothers meets the LA riots set during, like, what if a Menendez brothers style, like rich person kids murdered the parents happens the night of the riots because they thought it could be a good cover.
Wow.
So
it's the night. This is the night we're going to do it.
Yeah, because they thought, the rioters came up here to Bel Air and killed our famous actress mother, who's married to Mickey Mantle, stand-in kind of person, and the kids are sort of, But instead of two boys, it's a boy and a girl, and Rockford's got him. He's got him figured out. They're not going to get away with it. Not on his watch.
Wow.
It's taken me, a few sit downs. I don't have the luxury of watching it all at once.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you know how it ends.
Okay.
I'll give you my report when you give me your bad news bears report.
Don't spoil it. I'll talk to you in a month.
No spoilers. Yeah. If anybody knows how this ends, I still love LA. The Rockford Files TV movie from the 90s. Don't spoil it. Don't write me at Hyphenate halftime and tell me how it ends, or send me links to memes with James Rockford.
Or just say not a spoiler in the subject. Yes.
Don't write me on Instagram at Randy S. Randall, or write Aaron Farley at Aaron Farley or Aaron Farley Photo and tell us how any of these things end. No. Should we pick a movie for next week, or are we done? Are we burned out? I think the list has gone cold.
How was the list?
I forget what else was still on there. How's it look? What do we got on there? I guess it's the quality over quantity.
I feel like there was one other one. I feel like there was one other one that was doable.
That could be good. Let me find it. Movies in 1976. Okay, Bad News Bears. We got All the President's Men is critically acclaimed film starring Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford.
Right.
About the Watergate, investigations.
Okay.
And then Logan's Run we saw.
Yep.
A Star is Born with Chris Christopherson, I think, and is that Barbara Streisand? This is the same movie that we've made 7 times.
Yeah. I don't even know if I watched the remake. The most recent.
The Man Who Fell to Earth, the David Bowie is an alien film.
That seems kind of fun.
Could be, it could be.
Have you seen it?
I've seen parts of it.
Okay. Is that going to be rough to get through?
It's still going. I kind of said how Logan's Run was kind of boring.
Okay.
This is a little bit, just if you have the time and enough weed, it could be
Right.
tolerable.
Which I don't.
But it's kind of goes along, exactly. So you got The Enforcer. I think this is the third installment or the fourth installment of the Dirty Harry series.
Harry. It might be interesting to watch.
Of Dirty Harry.
It might be interesting to watch Dirty Harry when I haven't seen the other two.
Just to start with like the end of it all?
Jump in at number 4, number 3 or whatever.
1976. There is one of the Dirty Harry movies where I feel like Guns N' Roses was a band in it.
Wow.
Maybe this wasn't the exact end. I don't know what order The Enforcer fits in. I can find out.
Okay.
But we also have Future World, the sequel to Westworld.
Oof. I feel like that one. I feel like all of those. It's just going to make me think of Elon Musk and how much I hope he goes to jail.
Okay, let's see. The Enforcer, 1976. James Fargo directed it. What number is it? Let's see. Do the quick. Where's the Dirty Harry series here? Let's see. It's not saying. I don't see it pop up here. It cost $9 million and made $46 million. So it was a hit.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, let's watch that one.
Oh, here we go. Dirty Harry Magnum Force. The Enforcer was the third one. Sudden Impact was 83. Oh, and the Deadpool was number 4.
Oh, wow.
2, 3.
So this is...
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Deadpool is number 5. That's the one that Guns N' Roses is in. That came out in 1988.
Okay.
They went from 71 to 88. And The Enforcer is the third out of 5.
So should we watch The Enforcer?
Let's... Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay, ready for the... Yeah. In Marin County, 2 gas company workers are lured by a scantily clad woman named Mickey to a remote spot in Mill Valley and killed by Bobby Maxwell. A group calling itself the People's Revolutionary Strike Force, led by Maxwell, poses as terrorists organization to conceal their true purpose.
Ooh, okay. I like this.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. The Enforcer. Let's go. We got Clint Eastwood.
One of us will text each other Saturday or Sunday and go, what movie were we going to watch?
Sunday morning. Oh, wait, hold on. I got to find it. Oh, no.
I think I have enough time to watch this at 2 times speed. Let's go. Okay.
Feel lucky, bug? Well, are you?
Yep.
Question. Do you feel lucky? It's kind of like the Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
Dirty Harry.
All right, that's what it is.
All right, there we go. All right, next week, The Enforcer, and then that might be the end. Maybe we'll end our 76 look back. Unless anybody wants to write us, hyphenate@halftime@gmail.com.
They have some weird
at Randy S.
76
Randall,
movies.
Instagram. Yeah, any good suggestions for films from 1976? What did we've seen? Rocky Balboa, Taxi Driver, Marathon Man, Network, Logan's Run, Bad News Bears. That's 6. Did I miss any of them? I feel like those were all of the good ones.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could.
Carrie, I guess, would be. Assault on Precinct 13. We saw Carrie. We didn't see, but again, I
don't really.
It's a tough watch. Carrie. Yeah, it's kind of sad.
I'll be honest. We could do. Yeah. We could find some, try to find some a weird art film or something. I don't know.
Well, that's kind of The Man Who Fell to Earth.
That's true.
Definitely. That's a weird art film.
But I mean, yeah. Okay. We'll talk about this.
Yeah, something.
We'll talk about this.
We'll talk about off air. Okay, we'll report back. But for everybody following along, The Enforcer.
Yes.
I guess. Oh yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see if we do 2 because I think I have 2 more episodes. I have this week's coming up and the one after.
Okay.
And then that'll close out our season 3, and then that'll be the end of that, and then we'll kick off season 4 with some kind of excited idea.
Well, here's one that The Ascent. Fun. I don't know. There's a couple. Ooh. There's a couple that are here. Yeah, we'll talk about this next. Damned.
Okay.
Right. Harlan County. I'm just going through. Kings of the Road. I don't know. I don't know what these are. Independent.
We'll get on. We'll get on Tubi and Roku.
The Man.
We'll see if Quentin Tarantino has any recommendations. maybe this. It feels like prime Quentin Tarantino. Grindhouse territory.
Well, you just look up movies with feet if you want. Quentin Tarantino recommendations.
Afros and Feet, the Quentin Tarantino story.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, everybody, be well. We will see you next week. Stay cool.
Awesome.
And congratulations, España! Go!
Go! Go, 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 go!